I don't know how this keyboard is $22 because it's definitely better than some $100 keyboards out there. But yeah, here's why. Now that seems to be everything inside the box. Very nice packaging, very secured. Everything that you will need will come with the box, the cable, and yeah, it also came with this. Let me actually apply this. But yeah, all of the accessories that you will need will come with the box. Here it is. Very nice. First impressions on how this keyboard looks like, very similar to the Wooting 60HE, and the fact that this is only around $20+ is crazy for that. Now you do have quite a lot of variations. I got the cheapest one over here, and I bought it in Lazada actually. The variation is called MAD60HE Magnetic Axis. You can also get a 68 version, but I got a 60 version over here, and then you can also get it with RGB, but I don't think I got one. You can also get it with different keycaps, with the black and yellow and with the black and red. And from what I can see over here, some are 8000 hertz, some of the variations, but some are 1000 hertz. Okay, speaking of different variations, I actually kind of saw a little table over here that kind of explains the differences. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is 1000 hertz, no RGB, the one I got. But yeah, for the build quality, this is made out of plastic and it is pretty light, but I see other people changing the case to an aluminum case, so you can do that here, I'm guessing. But yeah, it is made out of plastic. Surprisingly, doesn't really feel like very cheap, the plastic case. But okay, for the keycaps, I'm gonna use the keycap puller it came with. Okay, these are the OEM 2-color keycap, I'm pretty sure, at least from the chart. But yeah, pretty decent, not really bad. Pretty impressive for the price of the keyboard. But yeah, then for the switches, now this should be the magnetic per axis, but on other websites they call it magnetic amber axis. So yeah, one of those names. And here are the specs, and yes, they are magnetic, open bottom, as you can see. There is some wobble, but very minimal, no problems with that. Here's a little sound test. Sounds pretty silent, doesn't really sound that scratchy. Yeah, no problems with how the switches sound like. And I'm pretty sure this keyboard is also compatible with other Gateron magnetic switches, because as you can see, it does have the 2 stems over here. Anyways, here's a little sound test of the whole keyboard with the keycaps and switches on. That surprisingly sound so freaking decent. It kind of reminds me of the Acco 3061 SHE sound. But yeah, and the spacebar as well. You know what I was expecting? I was expecting it to rattle. But I'm not hearing any rattle, surprisingly. What? That is so unexpected for this price. Bro, there are keyboards times 10 the price of this, and this spacebar, for me personally, this is much better than those rattly space-bars. But yeah, the switches sound surprisingly silent, but that's actually not a bad thing, making the keyboard sound pretty decent. I have no problems with how the keyboard sounds like. The stabilizers as well, pretty crazy. The switches, I actually got a bit curious on the spacebar over here, and yeah, that is pretty amazing. I'm pretty sure this is silicone stuffs. I don't think I'm seeing things, but that is pre-lubed stabilizers over there. And the sound of the switches actually kind of sounded pre-lubed as well. But yeah, the stabilizers are pre-lubed. I was not expecting lube for the price of this keyboard, man. But yeah, you could definitely tell they made a lot of efforts in making this keyboard sound good. But yeah, so far pretty impressed with the quality of the keyboard, especially for the price. Now let's go ahead and move on to the performance. I got the one with 0.1mm accuracy, but you can go to as low as 0.04 with the different variations. And of course, it will also have the rapid trigger, or I think they call it quick trigger, quick reset function. But yeah, rapid trigger pretty much, and adjustable zero dead zone, I'm guessing. And another thing that's very surprising about this keyboard is apparently it has a web page driver. And for this price, bro, keyboards like times 5 the price of this keyboard doesn't even have that yet, which is wow. So yeah, without further ado, let's actually go ahead and check it out, see more of its other features in the software. And yes, this shouldn't have any RGB. But yeah, it is working. But okay, apparently this is the web-based software. This is the address. Okay, I cannot understand the thing right now. Hold up. Okay, I found it. It's this one on the top right. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I just guessed that. Wow. But okay, now allow browser access, MAD60, and loading. Wow, here we are. That actually worked more flawlessly than I imagined. For the price of this keyboard, my expectations are so low. So seeing all of this happen, like the web, okay, let's not give it praise too early, but yeah, so far very impressed. So first, here we are, web-based software, current device profiles. We can import some stuff over here, make different profiles, configurations, English over here, Chinese. Then we're first greeted with the performance tab over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and what's actual alignment? Oh, so like calibration, actual alignment. Okay. And start calibration. And then now we press until it turns green. Okay, and that's that, fully calibrated and calibration. And then next, let's go ahead and set the single key trigger path. Let's see, can I click now? Yes, I can check the switches now. And then I want the WASD and spacebar to have 0.1mm. Okay, and then for the rest of the keys, except number 4, 5, shift, control, and windows, I want them all to have 0.5. And then lastly, for the shift, left control, 4, 5, I'll make that 0.1mm as well, actually, but no rapid trigger. Okay, we can change that over here for each individual key. But let me do one last thing for the Windows key, make that 4mm, the deepest it can go, so I won't accidentally actuate it. And then now for the quick trigger, it's currently on and it is set to 0.5. I want the fastest rapid trigger, so we're gonna set that to 0.1mm, as well as the reset. And then let me set the quick trigger for each individual key. This will be individual. Let me deselect all and select the keys that I don't want to have any rapid triggers at first. Let me turn that off for that, guys. And then for my WASD spacebar, actually just for everything other than these guys, yeah, rapid trigger on, very precise, 0.1mm. There we go, save that. And then we also have advanced settings over here. Let's try zero dead zone for now. But if we ever experience any accidental actuations or deactivations, make sure to increase this. Before we test out the functions, we can also do swap WASD Mac over here, enable that, Windows locked, switch to 6-key rollover, false touch prevention. Okay. And then yeah, it's not accidentally actuating. I'm wobbling the key, I'm pretty sure you can see that. But yeah, as soon as I press it a little bit, ooh, that feels 0.1mm. And then let's try wobbling it with fully pressed down key is not deactivating. If I lift up a little bit, it does deactivate pretty quickly as well. And then for my 4 and 5, this should have no rapid trigger. Yep, I'm lifting it up a little bit and it's not deactivating. Everything is working as it should be. What? How did you get this to as low as around $20 to $30? What? So above my expectations, this keyboard. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with my performance settings over here. Everything's working fantastic. Change key setting. You can reprogram the keys you want. Very nice. And then advanced key. Okay, you can have up to 20 advanced keys per profile. That is more than enough. They have DKS, mod tab, toggle key. Very nice. nice, very useful, but yeah, I don't see any SOCD. But yeah, for the macro settings, you can also set macros over here, other settings. Okay, we can update the firmware, download firmware, enter upgrade mode, start upgrade. Okay, connect, successfully updated. That update is so easy. What? Extreme high performance firmware version. Okay, let me do this then. Okay, I should be on the highest firmware now. But yeah, you can also restore factory settings, or the keys will be restored to the factory state. You can do that. But yeah, every time you update the firmware, it seems like all of your settings take a reset. It's pretty easy to set though, especially with this software. Surprisingly very easy to set up. Oh, now we can go to as low as 0.02. Okay, and yeah, I think that's the only things that changed with the... Stop. It has SOCD now after the firmware. Oh, this is rapid shift, I think. RS, that's what it's shown there. Let's try that. Oh, no, this is Rappy Snappy. My bad. But I want SOCD though. That is crazy. This has SO... Oh, and you can even choose all of this stuff. Quick trigger, yes. 0.1 millimeters, yes. Follow the whole picture. Oh, so this means if you turn this on, since we set this to 0.1 already, or the quickest, it's gonna keep that, and you don't need to meddle with anything of this, the quick trigger stuff over here. That's pretty much it for the software. This is impressive. So far, everything is amazing. This keyboard already beat a lot of other magnetic keyboards in the market, not just on the price for sure. Software, features, SOCD, like what? Without further ado, let's actually go ahead and test it out more in game. Who knows, maybe it will fail me on that part, but I don't think so far right now. I'm still having trouble, confused. How is this $30-$20 with all of this different amazing stuffs? But yeah, let's go ahead and game with it. So after testing and playing with the MADLIONS MAD60 here's my experience so far. Now gaming wise, it definitely performed amazingly as a magnetic keyboard. Very nice. All of the features, the SOCD, the rapid trigger, the 0.1 millimeters felt very instant. I also didn't have any accidental actuations. Actually one time, but I just needed to recalibrate my keyboard, and after that everything was smooth. Didn't really had any more accidental actuations. So if you're ever experiencing any of those accidental activations, be sure to just recalibrate it. It performed amazingly when gaming, didn't hold me back. Very nice. Even though it's only around 1000 Hz polling rate, it still felt pretty responsive. Now when it comes to my daily use, I wish it has more keys like the arrow keys and the other delete keys, but I did use a Xitrix 60H before, and I kinda got used to using it for my daily use as well. So hitting the FN combos was pretty used to already. But yeah, it would have been easier with the extra keys. And yeah, you can actually get that with the 68 version of the MAD68HE. That might have been a better option if I'm also gonna be using this for editing and daily use other than gaming. I'm not really in a tight budget, but yeah, I think for the extra box, yeah, those extra keys would definitely be useful. And then for the RGB, for me personally, of course it kind of felt like it was missing something, like where's the RGB cool effect, the reactive RGB stuff like that. But for the price you're saving, and especially for those that doesn't really care about RGB, or your room is very bright, you can't even see the RGB, or you're just too focused on gaming, you don't really care about the RGB anymore, I think the price you're saving is still pretty good. I think this keyboard is still amazing even without the RGB. But again, if you want the RGB, you can easily get that, but yeah, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more. But yeah, that is pretty crazy. So yeah, pretty impressed on how this performed in my gaming sessions. And for my daily use, again, the extra keys would definitely help, but it definitely performed amazingly as well. No problems with it. And yeah, I definitely think it is worth it, bro. For $22, I might have gotten it cheaper because it was on sale or something like that. So who knows, you might have to pay a little bit more dollars for it. But yet still, that would still be very cheap even if you add $10 and $22. $32 for this is still amazing. I will be putting where I bought this in the description, the link, the Lazada link. But yeah, I also saw the main website of Mad Lions, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm also gonna be including that, and of course the web-based software that will also be there. I would definitely recommend this keyboard if you're in a very tight budget. Getting the RGB version and changing the case to aluminum might definitely be a good scenario as well. And you know what, might as well get the 8K version if you really want that more premium experience. Because yeah, with this cheapest variation, $22 variation, I think it is still pretty amazing actually. But yeah, it's definitely missing some of those feature premiumness, like the, again, RGB 8K and aluminum case. But if you don't care about that, this is amazing. Still, I would definitely recommend it. Anyways, I pray and hope that this video helped you in some way. I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, guys. And remember, Jesus loves you. Bye-bye.